So just before we got started with the reviews of the RTX series graphics cards, link in the description below if you want to see those, we did pick up a Core i5 8600K and a cheap MSI motherboard just to get by with. Now we were able to hit 5 gigahertz, but we really want to see how far we can take things thanks to EVGA and the Z370 Classified K. But in this video, we're just going to take a look at the board, so let's jump into that. Alright, so here we are with the Z370 Classified K from EVGA. Oh, pretty pictures on the back, Optane gold content for the CPU support, onboard buttons, M.2 support, 13-phase PWM, reinforced slots, two-way plus PhysX support, because that's still a thing, and a 6-layer PCB. Let's see what all comes in this here box. Let's open the lid here, see what's all inside. We have 2 SATA cables. We have thermal pads, another M.2 thermal pad, the I/O shield, debating on whether I'm going to use that or not on the test bench, but it's there if I want to, and the single two-way SLI bridge. Now noted up here taped to the lid is the M.2 screw. I'm going to leave that there because I tend to lose those. Here is go ahead and drop everything out there. It's a rather hefty manual, a really nice case badge. May put that on the test bench since that's where this is going. Driver disc, you know what to do with those, and a marketing, and pull this out. Motherboard. And motherboard. There we go. Really like this foam that wraps around it. It's a lot nicer than just sitting off in the box. So kudos and thank you for that. All right, so let's take a look at the motherboard layout right quick. So yeah, you got your pull that off. That's for your PCI or it's for your memory slots, and they are reinforced there. That's really nice to see. I'm going to go ahead and take off some of this here plastic while I'm going to try to anyway. It's on there pretty good. Of course, CPU, read this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you've never installed an Intel CPU, this would be very useful. And it's put on here with Gorilla Glue, evidently. Choker was on there tight. All right, let's see if we can pull this. So this shroud here I originally thought was plastic, but it's not. It is all metal. That's really nice. Gives a very premium feel and look. Get some better shots of this here in just a moment on camera. Alright, so here in the board, again, 13-phase power delivery beneath a nice finned heatsink, so actual airflow would go across it and actually cool that. That's nice. Again, this is metal here, metal shroud. We got a 4+8 pin EPS connection. CPU fan headers are really nicely put here. Dual RGB controls look like RGB not addressable, so that is what it is. A PWM fan header. Power reset. This is your debug LED, 24-pin USB 3.1, your 4 DIMM slots, CPU socket. BIOS selection, I like that. A BIOS selection tool is really good for especially overclocking and test bench use. 6 SATA ports. Your chipset heatsink, which is actually a little nicer than it looks in pictures. Your BIOS chip is accessible there in case you have the capability to replace it if you were to destroy it. Front panel, USB 3.0, USB, and fan headers down here along the bottom. It's very nice. Fan headers are at the top and the bottom rather than all through here. So whenever you got your cables going into your motherboard, you can reduce the number that's going down the side here. All the rest of them can come from the top or the bottom. You've got a debug speaker, which is actually really cool. Additional PCI Express power for when you populate all of them, not really necessary for just one. M.2, and a Key M.2, so like Wi-Fi cards and such would tend to go there. The audio is a bit lacking as far as it's not overly populated back here on the audio, so that's interesting. So 16, 16, 16, however, 8x8 or 8x4. So it's got the capability to do two-way SLI plus a PhysX card. So that's up to you if that's something you want to do or not. All right, so on the I/O, we've got the CMOS reset button. You've got a DisplayPort, HDMI. You've got 6 USB 3.0s. You got 1 3.1 and then Type C and Type A. Dual NICs, as well as full 7.1 surround sound with a optical out. Looking now at the back of the PCB, you can see it's extremely clean. There's not a lot of anything excess hanging off the back. So you can see all the rest of it was done on the other side, and the soldering is really, really nice. You can see here that these are wired by 16 across the board. So either one of these, whichever one you want to put your GPU in, go for it, pick one. But you see by 4 by 4 by 4 by 16 on the bottom again. Interesting to see the traces for the EVGA coolers on the back there. So there you have it, guys. That was the board, and in the next series, if you want to see it, let me know in the description below, but we are going to delid and see just how far we can push this 8600K and see, is it really even worth it? All right, it's been Keith with WCCF Tech TV. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that we don't miss you in the next video.